This is a story about greed, power, and betrayal, hidden behind hospital walls that were meant to save lives. At Tembisa Hospital, money meant to care for the sick and vulnerable was siphoned off through a sophisticated web of corruption worth more than 2 billion rand. While ordinary patients waited for help, syndicates were cashing in, buying luxury cars, mansions, and living large off public funds.
This is not on. Guys, I'm here in Tembisa Hospital right now as we speak. Look how our human beings been stored. I may call it stored, because you cannot stay or sleep in such place. Yeba kwethu bhekani indawo kaThembisa. Ngisesibhedlela manje ngilethe omunye umfana wami. Bhekani kunjani, bhekani abantu kunjani phansi. Sibhekeni nje bakwethu ukuthi kunjani eTembisa Hospital. Sibheke nje indawo, akuna nurse, akuna doctor, akuna muntu. Wonke umuntu ulele phansi, kuphansi phezulu. Bhekani nje umfowethu lana ufida ubhuti wakhe, because akuna muntu, akuna lutho, akuna next. Bhekani madoda kunjani community.
They're telling us also here.
Yeah, let us.
They're telling us this is not all, man. This must go to government, man. This is not all, man.
Let us try something, guys, as a community. Councillor, mayors, MEC, health department, let us come here and see what's going on in Tembisa Hospital. This is not on at all.
In this video, we unpack how this network operated, the key figures involved, and the shocking scale of what investigators have uncovered. Stay with us, because this isn't just about stolen money. It's about a system that failed the very people it was meant to protect. Grab your coffee, sit down, and watch the following clip.
That evidence has revealed a number of maladministration, corruption, and other public procurement irregularities. This indeed would be described as devastating plunder of the public funds, which we found in our probe. We have uncovered, or the investigation has uncovered, up to date, 3 coordinated syndicates responsible for the loss of over 2 billion. And I'd like to acknowledge at this stage, I'll still come back to that, initially when the investigation commenced, at the instance is by referral from the Office of the Premier back in 2022, we had found at that stage that through the whistleblower, and one of the many, and the main one that's known, it's Babita Deokaran, and may her soul rest in peace. At the time when we commenced, she had flagged suspicious activities of about 850 million. But when the investigation progressed, and as you can see, to date we are mentioning about 2 billion, so it has gone up almost twofold, if not threefold, and the investigation is still ongoing. So this staggering sum of money intended for the provision of health care at the Tembisa Hospital to take care of the most vulnerable was instead ruthlessly siphoned off through a complex web of fraud and corruption, representing an egregious betrayal of the public trust. We have uncovered a syndicate that's referred to as the Maumela Syndicates. And we are mentioning this surname Maumela simply because it has already been publicized. There has been an asset forfeiture order that was announced of Maumela Syndicate. So the Maumela Syndicate refers to the syndicate that is linked to Hangwani Morgan Maumela, the SIU is reviewing 1,728 bundles worth 816 million related to the Maumela syndicate and has completed to date 924 analyses, uncovering significant irregularities. So the SIU has traced about 41 suppliers or service providers linked to this Maumela syndicate. 3 of the companies that were awarded contracts to the value of 13,538,292 in this syndicate are linked to Vusi Muzi Matlala. So this Vusi Muzi Matlala would have come in as part of the syndicate that, according to our evidence, is really led by this Maumela. Maumela's identified assets amount to around 520 million, including luxury vehicles and properties valued at 293 million. Notable properties include about a 75,000 property, a 75 million property in Bantry Bay and various others in Gauteng. The SIU has assisted the National Prosecuting Authority, Asset Forfeiture, to identify assets linked to Maumela, which has resulted in the NPA's Asset Forfeiture Unit preserving some of the Maumela's assets. These assets include the following. We're not mentioning sort of all of them, but you can find them in the order that was issued. The property in Hartbeespoort, Northwest, 2 properties in Sandton, Gauteng, property in Zimbali Estate, Balito, Durban, and KwaZulu-Natal, 2 twin tower properties in Cape Town, Western Cape, and some of the motor vehicles include Lamborghini, Urus, Lamborghini Hurricane, Lamborghini Aventador. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. These are some of the vehicles names that is very difficult to announce. And another Lamborghini Urus, Bentley Continental, Isuzu D-Max, a multi-purpose trailer, Badger Fire Blast CC, Regency 250 LE boat. As I indicated, that there are further assets that have been freezed by AFU, but I'm pleased to announce that we really wanted to mention further assets and other vehicles that we would have freezed, but we wanted to make sure that we follow the legal process and institute those proceedings in the special tribunal. We did so. We had hoped for the order at the latest by Friday, or at least the weekend. That order came in only this morning at 9 o'clock, where the special tribunal has granted the SIU an order to freeze further assets of Maumela to a tune of 500 million, I'm informed by our legal officials. There is another syndicate that we've uncovered. We call it Mazibuko Syndicate. This is also the syndicate which is linked to a person called Rudolph Mazibuko. The SIU reviewed, in this case, about 651 bundles valued at more than 283 million. At the moment, 392 completed analysis revealing assets worth more than 42 million, including multiple properties in the Western Cape and Gauteng. We will continue to indicate and itemize the assets as the investigation goes on. Now there's another syndicate, and we're calling it Syndicate X, simply because it's not in public yet. Work has been done, and we are hoping that we will be able to name this syndicate very soon, once it has gone through the court process. But I can indicate here that the SIU is currently, with regard to this syndicate, assessing 1,237 procurement bundles to the value of more than 596 million linked to this syndicate. An analysis of 646 bundles have revealed numerous procurement fraud and irregularities, and the identification of secondary conduit accounts used to launder funds connected to the Tembisa Hospital, with assets tied to this syndicate valued at approximately more than 150 million. Additionally, SIU has found other smaller syndicates, and we say smaller syndicates simply because of the values related to those. These syndicates are also linked through directorships and financial interactions, revealing ongoing corruption patterns. These syndicates include, and as I indicate, they are not yet in public, Syndicate A, 3 service providers, which we will be naming soon, once the legal process is through. 3 service providers with payments of 9.6 million. Another Syndicate B, 6 service providers with a value of 76 million plus. Syndicate C, 5 service providers who got more than 8 million. Syndicate D, 6 service providers with more than 37 million. Syndicate E, 4 service providers totaling more than 3 million. Syndicate F, 3 service providers linked to 1 director receiving more than 28 million. As I indicated, the investigation is ongoing.
If you made it this far, I assume you enjoyed the video. Please like the video, subscribe, and let us know what you think of this story in the comments section below. Thank you for watching.